All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do another Natty or Not for you guys. And today we are going to cover Mike Thurston, who is someone who claims natural. In fact, I saw a thing looking it up to see if he even does claim Natty because he came up as one of the people wanted me to investigate. I looked up his picture, his height, his weight, training history to get an idea of where he is, what he's doing. All right, his fat-free mass index is over 27, by the way. But let's get over to the funny part. I found a clip of him saying, I'm a natural, but I get really upset when people accuse me of lying. Really? But you are lying. All right, I'm sorry, but to have anyone delusionally believe that a guy walking around now, he claims 6 foot, which means he's 5'9" to 5'10", right? All internet figures add 2 to 3 inches. I know because I've been to expos and I'm the same height as dudes claiming 6 foot, and I am not 6 foot. So we know he's going to be lying about the height by default because he's a millennial. It goes with the territory. So all influencers in that age range lie about their height. So we know he's 5'10". He's up to 215. I saw a picture to where he had deep abs, probably 9% body fat, claiming 215 pounds. All right. Run that into Menno Henselman's calculator. He's a researcher and into natural bodybuilding. Runs all his own coaching seminars and classes. It says that there's a 0.5% possibility that a person has the genetics to reach those stats. Natural. I don't necessarily buy into that, but I mean, we're talking pretty significant odds against him. All right. Ridiculous to even claim natural. And plus, notice his weight fluctuates. It's like, how is he 215, right? 215, sometimes it drops down to like 202, but he's ripped at 215. What's going on? Is it when he comes off the trend in androlone so that he loses the muscle fullness? When he comes off of some of his stacks and he cruises as he dropped 12 pounds? I think that's clearly the case. So Mike Thurston, you're upset that people accuse you of lying. You are fucking lying. You're a lying motherfucker. You're a fake Natty scam artist. And here's the problem with that. There should be no issue with people using gear. It's not a problem. It's the lying about it to sell products. Right? What do you mean, why didn't I cover Frenchie? I'm going to get to Frenchie. I don't know what the issue is. Have I not addressed him in some of these videos? We will get to Frenchie eventually. It's on the to-do list. Mike Thurston's a bigger fish to fry right now than Frenchie. But we will get to him. People who don't know who Frenchie is, you guys know who I'm talking about. Hey, everybody. This is Natural Hypertrophy. Today, we're going to talk about Jason Blah Blah with my outrageous French accent. Because it's fake. Alan, appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love, brother. Thank you so much. Let me give a little love to that. How can I give a love to your thing? But I appreciate it anyways, man. All right. But Mike Thurston, fake Natty all the way. And it shouldn't even be up for debate. Like, he's one of those guys. This isn't one of those where it's questionable. It's not one of those where you go, well, maybe there's a small chance. It's not even believable. It's not even remotely believable. And anyone who doesn't realize it is ridiculous. It's insane. That's how bad the fake Natty thing has gotten that anyone would even say, well, maybe we should give someone like that the benefit of the doubt. There's a question. No, there's no question at all. That guy likes trend. Wake up and smell the trenbolone. Okay? No possibility. All right. Kazan says Blaha stream would be titled NH, Frenchie or Not. I think he's got a fake French accent, personally. I don't think he's actually French. I dare him to prove he's French. Let's see some birth certificates. All right. I want to see the birth certificate. Let's see the evidence. I don't think he's French at all. I think it's fake. I think the whole accent's fake. just like him and all his fake papers that he holds up. We have all the evidence against Jason blah blah. Well, he's holding blank sheets of paper. Holding blank sheets of paper. Right? I'm not even going to address y'all troll guys. You guys can post, but I'm not going to answer any of your stuff. Okay. Are you likely to live and die in the gym for the rest of your life? I'm not going to quit training, right? I'm going to keep training the rest of my life, man. I have no intention of stopping. I had to take downtime from training for years when I got sick, doctor's orders. I will never not train again. Even if a doctor tells me to stop, I will never quit again. Wasn't worth it. Train until I die, guys. Right? Pepper says, is going too heavy risk for muscle tears? What is the main risk factor? There's a lot of risk factors for muscle tears. Bad form, overuse, right? Overuse, all those things. But there's a lot of factors. Overuse itself technically is considered the highest risk factor for evidence based upon the data that we have. Alan says, I actually don't know who Mike Thurston is, but to be honest with you. Well, that's okay, Alan. Alan, check him out, dude. Dude's walking around at 215 with deep abs, talking about he's natural, and he gets upset when people accuse him of lying about it. Right? So, let's see if we have some other actual real topics. Are the FNAF books? I don't know what that means, Thunderlord. Sorry. Thurston name is familiar, but I couldn't point him out in a lineup. He's got over 1 million followers, so he's apparently a pretty big name. Now you know who he is. Could you pick him out if he was next to, who's that name? Oh gosh, because your name is reminding me of it, Kazan. From The Usual Suspects. Is it Kaiser Sose, right? Did you pick him out next to Kaiser Sose? Mike needs to learn from Jason how to get thick like peanut butter. I mean, he's thicker than me at this point, guys. He's the same body weight and leaner than me. So I think he's pretty damn thick, to be fair. I mean, wake up and smell the trend, guys. I haven't heard anything from Frenchie and Cubby. Zesty says, hi, Zoch. I'm going to guess because it's my Czech name. We'll go with it. But no, Antonio, I haven't heard anything from Frenchie and Cubby. Give them time. I'm sure Frenchie will sit down and make a whole 1-hour documentary. Right? Whole documentary. No, Antonio, that's not what that means. That has nothing to do with that. To imply that would mean that they actually have to have a girl involved. You can't, dude. I don't think there's any women involved in either one of their lives in any capacity. I mean, have we seen any evidence? They only hang out with other dudes. They only appeal to stuff that MGTOW types appeal to, like anime and stuff. Okay? Strap-on says his sister's actually pretty cute. I thought she was cute, right? But she's not really relevant to the topic, is she? Right? She's not relevant to the topic. Although I guess I will say, hey, Alex, man, say hello to your sister for me. Drop her my number. I know all your buddies have it. All right. Well, he's filmed with her, so there is a woman. There's true. So there is evidence of a woman in his life, his sister. That's, all right. And that's fair game at this point, guys. He's popped off about me. I mean, keep in mind, Alex literally uploaded a video talking about natural hypertrophy being in my butt. Like, so, okay, dude. All right, he's going to make it weird like that. Make it weird like that, then I'm going to totally bring his sister into it. All right. Fair game. Antonio, he clearly does. I mean, the fact that the way he said it, look at the way he said it, the way he enunciated it, right? When he said that. Jason, you keep talking about the real naturals. You want natural hypertrophy in your ass again? That's how he said it. He was breathing really heavy when he said it too. Do you guys notice that? Just saying, dude. But you would think he would get jealous because, that's his bear mode. I guess he's into sharing. Got to be honest, it's a pretty spot on impression. That's a really good impression of Destiny. You have the buffet. You got to do above the knee rack pulls because it gives you that stretch in your upper traps like the old school strongman when they did weight carries. Alan says, Coach Blaha helped me with my deadlift form from the first competition when I was only doing 450 within 2 years. I did 600 pounds at 54. Awesome, Alan. Awesome. And Alan, I appreciate that shout out, brother. And you just keep killing it, man. P.S. No, it's not wrong. It's wrong to tell some video games are a waste of time. They interfere with productivity. I know because I was less productive when I played video games. It's not like, I'm speaking from inexperience. I'm not just saying it randomly, right? Not just saying it randomly. It interferes with productivity. And I'm not saying some people can't balance it. PS5, I get it. I get it. PS5, Xbox Series X. Okay. Some people balance it, but the majority don't. And that's the point. Way too many guys get too immersed in video games and it interferes with their productivity, interferes with their life. And then they're over here going, why can't I get girls? Why can't I do all this stuff? Right? Agreed. I think it's okay to have a leisure, but it should not be the only focus. And that's the point I'm making. And you know as well as I do, tons of guys will let it become all consuming. And when it does that, it interferes. Right? It interferes. Sam Francis says, Jason, is one heavier set of bench followed by flat and incline dumbbell bench a good way to reconcile strength and hyper? I think that's reasonable. Jason, there's absolutely nothing wrong with your rowing technique. Mike, your toe will probably have you do 2-second pause at the bottom or something. Well, it's funny, like everyone hates on my different rowing techniques, but then they go, dude, your back is more developed than all your other muscles. But then they don't like the way I do back work. I always get people who are like, you're never going to build lats. I'm like, I have a big V taper. I'm disproportionate. It clearly works. I have an addictive personality in general. All right. Jason, do you remember Nether Beast? Yeah, I called out Nether Beast for those fake ass lifts. And remember, Alpha Destiny backed him. He backed him. He supported him, and then it turned out to be fake lifts. It's like, come on, dude. You should add your old pal Brandon Carter to the list. Maybe. Do I need to look it up? Is he doing stuff there? Why does Alex latch on to all these older men? I think it's obvious because he doesn't have a father in his life. And so therefore he needs to latch on to different father figures, right? It was me, then Nether Beast. Now it's NH, like he latches on. And that is the unfortunate state of the world when we have all these young men without fathers. Okay. It creates problems. Guys, it creates problems. Hey, pudding chops, you do realize I'm not saying that's the only exercises you need to do. I mean, pudding, how many exercises do I do every week? If you were to estimate, if you were to look at my training just for the last week, how many different exercises do I do in an average week personally? On camera? 25? Right? I mean, even today, after my deadlifts, I did what? Good mornings, glute ham raises, reverse hyperextensions. I mean, I do 5 different types of curls every week right now because I need my biceps to grow. So, I also did wrist curls today, barbell wrist curls from my forearms. You know, and you're not going to be unathletic because you do heavy squats and deadlifts. That's ridiculous. All right. But yeah, pudding chops, that is a ridiculous statement. I mean, literally NFL players do those exercises all the time. Elgin intensity, Natty or not? Oh, he's clearly on gear, right? I haven't even seen Elgin in a decade. Does he lift anymore? Should I expect gains getting on TRT minimal? Probably not. If you actually qualify for TRT, maybe a small bit. But if you just went on TRT and you already have a normal production, you're not going to gain anything. Remember when Jay Masters tore his quads and Jerry Ward tore his pec on a half rep bench, right? Hey, Pudding, but you do realize NFL players do those lifts I just listed, right? Like you are aware they actually do those lifts all the time. I don't know if Elgin is still around at all, guys. I have no idea. All right. But yeah, guys, those half reps, man, and doing stuff the wrong way, wrong drug stacks. Do you remember how awkward Alpha Destiny was the expert? Yep. Hey, Antonio, my answer to that, even though that's BS, I've never played RuneScape. So if I've never played RuneScape, how could I be in a RuneScape guild and be kicked out of it? I've heard of RuneScape. Okay, let me state this. I have heard of RuneScape. I was never kicked out of a World of Warcraft guild. All right. Jason, does having a cardiovascular foundation help with weight loss? It can, because you're able to burn more calories. And so again, guys, that is an example of people literally just making stuff up out of nothing. Literally making stuff up out of nothing. I did used to play World of Warcraft a long time ago. I think it's a waste of time, but I never got kicked out of a guild. So again, this is someone literally just making stuff up out of thin air. It's making stuff up out of thin air. I mean, ridiculous. Jason, are you prioritizing fat loss or muscle gain at the moment? Both. If time under tension actually had a significant impact on muscle gains, then wall sits would be the best way to get jacked. Yeah, it would, man. But they're not. I mean, we're not saying time under tension doesn't matter, as in if you only did a half second of tension, you would be jacked, because obviously you need some fatigue and you need to do some work, and doing work does take time, but the tension time itself is not a variable, right? And you're right. Otherwise, you're right. Just isometrics and stuff would matter. I just did a 220 bench press for 12 reps. That's pretty solid, dude. What are your thoughts on creatine, especially for new lifters? Is it worth it or a waste of time? No, it has minor benefits. There's possible cognitive benefits that are still in question. It has minor muscle gain benefits. Okay. It's relatively inexpensive. So I don't have an issue with you taking creatine. Just don't expect it to be noticeable, right? If it's enough for you to notice as a placebo, but it is documented to have some minor benefits. Like it works. It's just not very strong. Strong, actually, yeah, correct. The tension doesn't, it has to be applied, and we do need to generate fatigue multiple times in fibers that we want to stimulate an adaptation in, but it's not about the time itself. Or studies that show that 4-second eccentrics cause more growth than 2-second eccentrics, and they never have in the research. That's double the tension time. Doesn't do anything. Jason, have you ever used any peptides? Yes. I think most peptides in this current market are a waste of money, given the current cost of growth hormone. Turn this volume back up. It keeps turning down on me against my will. Jason, 1 kilogram of spinach or baki every day for the rest of your life is smart. I think that's fair. Right? Will we be getting any new Gear Talk episodes anytime soon? Maybe Strong. We might. But I've got all this other current event stuff. Right? I didn't turn the gain. I turned the volume up, dude. I don't know. Windows does weird shit. Thoughts on melatonin 10 too. Never used it. Don't know much about it. Screw the Gear Talk. Keep up the Natty or not in current events, right? That's where the views are, guys. That is where the views are. Right? That is where they are. So, and just to let all the trolls know, I'm not going to answer your troll questions, guys. Sorry. You're free to keep posting them. I'm not banning, by the way. I'm not banning, but I'm also not going to answer your jerk-off questions. But I'm going to let you guys keep posting, so feel free to post away. Give me all them engagements. I've unbanned the majority of you. Any of you who are still banned, it is because it's not letting me unblock you, but I've tried. I'll go through again and see if I can get the last ones unblocked eventually. But I think I got most of you freed up. RFK Jr. Natty United States, he's probably at least on some tests, I would expect. Right? Why wouldn't he be? Jason, is there a reason you're doing Natty or not as lives instead of, because I want all the engagement like this, and then it gets the more engagement from all of this stuff, right? So Antonio says, pretty sure RFK said he takes TRT and HGH. I mean, I've never heard him say that, but it would make sense. And if he doesn't, then I would recommend that he does do so. Strong as hell. I, for one, love your informative content over the Natty or not in current events, but I respect the grind, coach. Get those views. Hey, but Strong, we put at least one informative up every single day. Right? and I put my vlogs up every day. So we have a good, nice, solid mix of it, right? So everyone gets what they want. Everyone gets what they want. Born to Bet says running conjugate, and I feel the belt squat has been greatly helping my back squat, but I switch accessories every 3 weeks. What do you think of just a good variation, or should I keep it in, dude? There's no problem with keeping it in. Coach, what's the heaviest you've ever barbell curled? Strictly or cheat curls? Cheat curls, I've done 185. Strictly, I've probably only done the best work sets of maybe 95 at the most. I'm going to say probably 85 super strict for work set. Really strict, probably strict 85. Bang, Mary, delete Alpha Destiny, NH, or GVS. Man. Bang, Mary, delete. I won't bang any of them. I guess for marriage, which one has the most money? Probably delete Frenchie, though. Hey, Jones, so you're admitting to a felony? Hey, Jones, you're admitting to a felony in this chat that you stalkers have committed a felony? Please state clearly what you mean by diverting a package. Meaning you interfered and had a package redirected internally? That's a federal felony. So you admit that your group of trolls are felons. There you go. Now pudding, I would like to get those strict curls up stronger. I'm working on it every week. It's going to take time. My biceps have to grow, basically. Dips or JM press for triceps? Probably JM presses are probably better, but again, you're still going to get the long head left out a little bit with either one. Strong as hell says, been here long enough to remember the days of 2 obligatory informative videos, followed by 1 current events video every day. I used to do that. But this has turned into the current events, hasn't it? And we're going to run it that way. What's your thoughts on deloading running conjugate? I don't recommend deloads. All right. Oh, Antonio, he's talking about the time when they had a FedEx package of mine redirected and sent to a holding facility. They got in and got it redirected. Yeah. No, it was something sent from, what's it called? Titan Fitness. They reshipped it to me free. Jason, remember the coffee sip counter? Yeah, I do remember that. How many fakes did the fake sip investigator? How many fake sips did I do for the coffee? And he counted them in the videos. Coach, how you weigh nowadays? I'm 215 right now. Antonio, exactly. They're basically admitting to cycle level stalker stuff. I don't have any New Year's resolutions, bro. Remember that coffee sips with 50 pounds of Vantage, right? When I hung the bands on the coffee, right? When I was doing full conjugate. Like, we got to put bands on everything, even my coffee cup. Jason, my band. No, you're not banned. Nobody's banned, to my knowledge. Who wins in a fight, Jeff Nippert or Alpha Destiny? Man, I'm gonna put my money on Nipples, right? Mainly because I like Nipples more. All right. Charles, that negative energy is worse since I stopped doing it. I've come to realize me doing these videos actually caused less problems when I was doing them than after I quit. I think it's the opposite. I think these sort of videos eventually turn trolls into fans. Because here's the thing, Charles. Most of these trolls don't actually believe the stuff they're saying. We need to be clear. They just want mints. They want entertainment. Okay, they don't actually believe, most of them other than a few, they don't believe any of this shit. They just want a reaction. Okay, and if I'm giving them a reaction of other stuff and we're creating drama, they turn into fans eventually because that's really all they want. They're just bored. So, yeah, I saw a little bit of that with John Bravo with that. That was a lot. Bring back the robe for coffee chats, man. I don't even have a robe right now. They love you. That's why they're lurking. Exactly, man. Right? That's why they're lurking there. So they love me. And at the end of the day, man, we turn them into fans, and they will. Eventually, they'll turn into fans. I keep providing this stuff. Eventually, they're gonna flip. They're gonna flip the script. It's just how it works. Because they're trolls, man, and I know how trolls think at the end of the day. I know how they think at the end of the day. This is all just entertainment. Provide them enough other entertainment, and they learn to love you. Jason, do you ever drink alcohol? I am 5 years and 11 months since my last drink of alcohol. Omar, they do appear in the YouTube algorithm, and YouTube makes it clear that they do. So you need to do more research. Antonio, not the worst plan in all honesty. Yep. Give it time. Give it time. Let me do 200 of these videos. Half of them will convert over to my fans. They'll start trolling. They'll start trolling people who don't like me. Give them time. They can't help it. It's in their nature. Charles, let's not forget a 505 box squat this last week. Doing reps with 550 on the deadlift. Totally embarrassing for a 48-year-old. Totally embarrassing. Jason, getting a lot of sleep is extremely underrated. Fat loss hack: more sleep time equals less time eating. Yep. No, sleep helps a lot. This documented with research, honestly. Like, there's good data showing better body recomposition during fat loss phases by sleeping more. I mean, that's a scientific approach. There's plenty of evidence for it. Alex Leonidas' lifetime best squat, but was it a legit squat, or was it one where he had on sleeves and had up and down on the bar and all sorts of stuff? Like, it wouldn't pass. The one that I saw wouldn't have passed. Like, as a referee, when I judged meets, I would have had to have red lighted it. But, he could have done a different one later. Does he wear elbow sleeves? Yeah, he does. Are box squats are harder than back squats. Yes, they are more difficult. Ask any serious coach, they'll tell you the same. It's not my opinion. I'm not the one who said that. Some coaches think the gap is bigger than I think it is. Like, I've seen coaches who are like, oh yeah, you should be able to back squat 15% more than your box. I don't think that's true. Jason Wilson, I was just making a point that at 50, your current squat is on the same level as his best ever in his 20s. Yeah. Okay, let me address that, Jones. That's the first time I've ever heard that, by the way. Now you guys are just making stuff up. Wendler never forced me to do anything. What are you talking about? What in the fuck are you guys talking? Why can't you guys just stop making up silly shit? I mean, you can't accuse me of lying when you guys just make up shit as you go to, you guys. Come on. Like, that's not how it works. All right. Sam says, is it bad that I like to do harder variations of squats like front squat or box squat because it takes less time loading the bar? Let me see. I don't know if it's bad. Who's my favorite power lifter? Myself. Jones, in that case, then Windler told a lie. That's grounds for, that's a problem. So send me the evidence that Windler said that, and I will knock his dick in the dirt as a fucking liar. I don't think he actually did that. All right. Daddy Chill says, if I'm a natty, can I just train the muscle group one time a week with 6 to 12 sets? Yeah, of course you can. Why can't you? What's the problem with it? 6 is going to be minimal, though. If it's closer to 12, it's probably going to be better. Is doing wide squats and narrow squats the same workout? Just probably. Does trend really turn people gay? I don't know about that. But then again, seen the stuff Alex said lately, and he does use trend. So we're talking about Leonidas. So maybe. Guy says, I'm wondering if more frequency is better. I don't necessarily think it is. I've made a good case lately for why I think once a week is reasonable for most muscle groups. And I know that that's a change in opinion from what I had years ago, but it's one that I had gradually and I've explained in detail, in great detail multiple times over the years. And I'm not saying there might be some minor muscle protein synthesis benefits to the higher frequency. When it comes to overall recovery, overuse, and things, I think that's where we're getting into the benefits of the once a week. Can suddenly fixing a lack of sleep after years of training give you an instant? I don't know about instant, but it should give you a boost. Am I mistaken, or is there research that slightly higher reps for chest exercise work the chest slightly more and the tricep shoulder slightly less? There has been some limited research on that, and I've quoted it before. I don't think that it's conclusive research that we can absolutely take to the bank, but there is some evidence to that effect, yes. And I've seen actually Greg Knuckles do a pretty big write-up on it on his vlog before. I saw the Wes Watson fight, and John Bravo, man, the attack was brutal. Wes fought dirty, and he even had his friends help him 4 versus 1. Oh, man. Yeah, what a mess. Do roids heal injuries? Some can help with some types. That is a rather complicated topic. There is some evidence to that effect, though, yes. Are pullovers a good exercise to fully target the long-headed tricep? Potentially. Calling out people as fake daddies, you defend Chris Jones as natural. Chris Jones has good genetics, and he's not as big as you guys think he is. Like, there's a lot of insertions happening. Look, I'm not going to get into that one and this one, but at the end of the day, man, I give Chris the benefit of the doubt that he may actually be natural. And you can not like it all you want, right? You can not like it all you want, but what's your problem with it? Unless you're like, what do you think I get out of that? Like, what possible benefit would I have to lying about that? Why do you think Alpha Destiny changed his name to Alex Leonidas? Because I told him to. Oh, man, in Doucette's newest video, he showed a clip of Mike Israel saying 1 to 2 glasses of wine per night can have. I saw that. I need to address that as a current event. I saw that actual clip of Greg or of Mike saying that on Facebook. I need to cover that. I'm gonna make a note. That needs to be hit because that's terrible advice. Terrible advice, especially considering what the Surgeon General is wanting to put the warning over carcinogens and everything. Right? Make it a note. Okay. Good insertion make a huge difference. Look at Mike Tyson, for example. His muscle bellies look like balloons even now at 60 years old, right? Yep. I mean, guys want to act like the insertions don't matter. I don't think they understand Chris isn't carrying as much muscle as they think he is. It's his insertions. It's his overall shape. Yeah. Man, that's going to get they're all going to get upset. They're going to be like, how dare you defend Chris Jones as natural? All right. I think when Chris competed, he was like 170 pounds or something. JT says, Jason, I found that one clip of Alex saying that stuff. Are you talking about with the penile enlargement stuff? Oh, what sort of cheeses? I do a lot of cheddar and I do Monterey Jack and Colby cheese and stuff. I cook it into my eggs, right? I cook it into my eggs. I do miss the do, click, ban. Yeah, I'm not banning anybody anymore, though. You guys aren't shutting my streams down now, are you? Jason, I like asking you questions. Hey, Pepper, it's all good, man. Ask away, brother. Hey, Pudding, we've discussed dairy, though, and more whole foods. The data's different on it. Look at the research, man. Jason, it's much better now that you don't ban people so I can get more live. Exactly, man. Exactly. Letting it run. Lars says, hey, guys, what's going on, Lars? Ring my bell. Do you still? No, I haven't eaten tofu in a while. It's just not working into what I'm doing with my diet at the moment. I think tofu's healthy, though. Tofu's definitely healthy. Yeah. Thoughts on copper cab? I don't know what that is. That sounds familiar. I've heard that before. I don't remember what it is. All right. Again, these guys act like I'm going to answer their troll questions. They're not answering them. I'm not taking those bait. But y'all are free to keep posting. Again, keep giving me the engage. If you guys could toss me some extra likes, be appreciated. Also, everyone who's not following me on the Facebook page, if you will follow me on that Facebook page, run down the road, click like on all my stuff. It would be greatly appreciated. Be greatly appreciated, guys. So thank you so much for all of you who do that. TY says, care to comment on the rumors that you're prepping for a master's bodybuilding show? I think you place well. No, I'm not prepping for a show. Nope. I'm nowhere near lean enough to step on the bodybuilding stage. And I don't know that I want to get contest lean, to be fair. Yes, I'm going to get leaner. Right? Mike, no, I've never been in the military. I've never claimed to have been in the military. So, Mike, let me be clear on that. I was not in the military. I don't claim to have been in the military. Fair? Are you ever going to compete in powerlifting again? Probably at some point. I'm not going to discuss it ahead of time, though. Let's see. Let's get some real questions in here. Pepper, I plan on getting leaner than I am now. I'm not going to go up to 20%. Who's next on the Natty or Not list? I actually haven't picked someone for the next one yet. I have a whole list to work off of. Right. I have a whole list. Can I do a character study about NH like he did on you? I mean, I need to do, is he a Frenchie or not? That's what I need to do one on. Natural hypertrophy, Frenchie or not. Mark Ripito, Natty or not. Where you got to do your fives. I'm sure Mark's probably on TRT at this point, but do we count it? You know, I don't even know if we should. How do I put this? I don't even care if TRT is Natty or not. Like, who gives a fuck at that point? Is Doucette on the Natty or Not list? I mean, I could cover him, but he's pretty much still admitted to being on gear, right? You think Jeff Side is Natty? No, Jeff Side's never been Natty. Yeah. No, it's not dead. People definitely care. People definitely care. Greg cheated in natural sports and was caught on here. That might be a good. I think I covered that years ago, but we could cover it again. Strong as hell. How do you set up a split for a beginner powerlifter who only has time to train two? How are they going to powerlift only training 2 days a week? They need 3. They need a minimum of 3. They're going to powerlift. We do a squat, bench, and deadlift day in that case, plus accessory work. How many reps of dip should I be able to do? Probably at least 10, maybe 12. I've met Jeff Side. He is not taller than me. Sorry, guys. You can't pull that one. I've met him in person. What do you think of Sean Nalawani as being informative? He seems to be, right? Mike, maybe you can get away with lower on those. You're less likely to get hurt. Doucette, of course, admitted he abused gear in his pro. Then later he admitted once he had retired from that he was on Testing Primo. Right? Did he not? I remember it. And I see no reason to think he's not still doing Testing Primo. Why wouldn't he? Could we get an NH impersonation? Sure, Charles, I'll give you one. Hey, everybody. This is Natural Hypertrophy. We're going to talk about Jason Blais in my outrageous French accent is a dedicated Nisian who has read Duspeg Zapata front to back, cover to cover. You stinky English pig dogs. I fought in your general direction. Now go away, or I will taunt you a second time. Zesty, I'll give you a teddy bounce. The French accent is funny as fuck, dude. Why is Inish a Nazi? I don't know, man. He chose to be. He chose to hate other people. I don't know necessarily what his motivations are. Strong, they're out strong. It's because I unbanned all of them. They're everywhere. I've been getting all them engagements. Scott says your passion for training is inspiring. I always enjoy watching your lifts, and the form is great. Hey, Scott, I appreciate that, man. Charles says, if I super chat you $100, could you do a live dedicated to trashing on genetic beasts? Yeah, I totally would. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it for free because it's just not worth it. But yeah. I don't know, Coach. I think it would be worth it either way. Maybe, probably not. Do you believe Clarence Kennedy is really vegan with muscles like that? How do I even answer it? Do we need a Clarence Kennedy vegan or not? No, Mike, I've never been affiliated with any of that. All right. NH is definitely not taller or bigger or stronger than me. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Pepper, that was probably a lot of different birds. Is naturally enhanced a good program? No. Antonio, could you beat NH? I don't know. Don't care. No, Alex Leonidas is like 5'3", 5'4". Do you believe in Kenneth Body's training only twice a week approach? Nope. Hey, Antonio, so you're clearly just a troll and an NH follower based on what you're doing here. Top 3 strength programs. I don't know. I mean, the best strength programs are always going to be customized. Coach, you think Alex is on testosterone? Like Leonidas? Yeah, he likes test and train, clearly. But strong. The best 3 programs are going to be custom written programs for your needs. Like they're never going to be cookie cutter programs, guys. Hey, Mike, it's just goofball trolls, man. What do you mean scary? Charles said, if I stay 10% body fat, but I eat a lot of simple sugars, should I still have healthy? Not necessarily, no. But what do we mean by simple sugars? Simple sugars themselves are not a problem. Do you mean refined fructose? You need to be specific. How are you defining simple sugars? Right? Is a fat-free mass index of 25 most likely, Natty? It's probably not. 90% of the time or more, it's not going to be. Like a fat-free mass index of 25 is going to be extremely good genetics and 10, 15, 20 years of training, if they're actually natural. All right. We got 55 minutes. Well, there's not much else going on in here. Charles says, I eat refined fructose and saturated fats and oils, but I'm shredded. Charles, you're still going to have some potential issues, right, from that. That's not ideal from a health perspective. Hey, Laurels, I already did unban everybody. The best that I could. It still keeps showing a few people in the list, no matter how many times I delete the entire list. I've done it over 20 times, but it always repopulates a few more in. All right. So, Lars, that's what you're seeing right now. Well, Antonio, no, you can't quadruple ban. You can't ban someone more than once, technically. All right. So, where are we here? Alex is like 5. That's probably about right. 5.3 to 5.4. I've gone pretty hard on carnivores repeatedly, and I'm going to keep going in on them. All right, so where are we at? 57 minutes. I think I'm going to probably wind it down. So unless something else interesting pops in here, we're at almost an hour. You already know my thoughts on the carnivore diet. I've made numerous videos on it. All right, time to wind it down. I love all of you guys and gals. Hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you next time. Oh, he wants a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable.